As we head down the home stretch of the regular season here in the West Coast League, right now the Portland Pickles in a good spot to make the playoffs. But obviously this is a huge 9-game homestand for the Pickles as it opens up tonight to start a 3-game series against the Port Angeles Lefties. We once again welcome you high above Walker Stadium, everyone. Ben Creighton on hand for another night of Portland Pickles baseball as we get right to the starting lineups. First for the Port Angeles Lefties, coming in with an overall record of 10-23, 3-6 in the second half of the season so far. Nick Oakley, the defending West Coast League Player of the Week, will be leading it off, playing shortstop tonight. Luke Saunders, the right fielder, hitting second. Javi Espinoza, the second baseman, hitting third. Coleman Schmidt, the first baseman, hitting in the cleanup spot. Trevor Tischenkel, the left fielder, in the fifth spot. Bryce Matthews, the designated hitter, hitting sixth. Jack Holman, the catcher, hitting seventh. Carson Crawford, the third baseman, hitting eighth. And then Garrett Lake, the center fielder out of Western Oregon, rounding out the lineup for Port Angeles tonight. As we are still awaiting things to get rolling here at Walker Stadium. Again, Nick Oakley will be leading it off for the Lefties tonight. .315 batting average, coming off a week where, as I said a second ago, won the West Coast League Player of the Week honor, going 9 of 23 with 3 home runs and 8 RBIs last week for Port Angeles. Alex Drew getting the start on the bump tonight for the Pickles. First pitch on the way, and a first pitch skied into center field underneath it. Carter Munda makes the squeeze for the first out. So Alex Drew getting the start tonight for Portland. Has been a reliable starter for this Pickles pitching staff this entire season. A 1.95 ERA, 3-0 record with 23 strikeouts and 23 innings pitched. There's Luke Saunders stepping into the box now, the right fielder. First pitch to him, outside for a ball. .208 average for Saunders so far this summer. Off the fist, blooper into shallow left, and Gabe Scoro making the catch for out number 2. Scoro getting the start tonight in left field. You saw Carter Munda in center field. Ryan Gardino rounding out the outfield for the Pickles defensively. Leo Mosby at the hot corner. Cam Clayton at short. Justin DeCrisio at second. Ivan Luna at first base. And Evan Leibel behind the dish tonight for the Pickles. Here's Javi Espinoza, the second baseman. First one inside from Giroux. That one above the letters, 2-0. Espinoza hitting .218 this season, 16 RBIs, which is tied for the lead here on this Port Angeles squad. And there's a strike, 2-1. Those 16 RBIs tied with Nick Oakley. .2-1. That one hammered into right. Gardino backing up, and that one's going to slam against the base of the wall. And that's going to be a stand-up double for Espinoza. So the Lefties keep the top of the first going as I'll bring up Coleman Schmidt, the first baseman. Schmidt hitting .172 this summer, 12 RBIs.
It's got to be on your end.
Giroux with a long look at second. First offering, that one into left field, and that one's going to drop in front of Scoro. And Espinoza is going to be held up at third. So 2 straight hits here for Port Angeles, and they got runners on the corners with 2 down. Here's Trevor Tischenkel, the left fielder. Currently just finished his freshman campaign down in Berkeley with the Cal Bears. Giroux looking to get out of this early jam, and he might get out of it here. Pops straight up in the infield as Leo Mosby dropped it. A rare error from the Portland Pickles infield. And the lefties on the board. And again, this is a Pickles squad who is #1 in the West Coast League in fielding percentage. So you don't see those kinds of errors too often. But Port Angeles on the board, 1-0. Here's Bryce Matthews. Matthews into center, and that one's going to drop. Here's Schmidt around third, and he will score. A quick 2-0 Port Angeles lead. So the Port Angeles offense producing early on, and this is a Lefties offense who coming into this series ranks dead last in the West Coast League. Batting average-wise hitting .203. I'll bring up the catcher, Jack Holman. .177 average for Holman so far as he fouls off the first pitch straight back. Out in front of that one, 0-2. And Port Angeles also last in the West Coast League, coming into this one scoring only 132 runs. But out to a quick 2-zip lead on Portland as Holman goes chasing at the high cheese. But 2 runs on the board for the Lefties. Pickles coming to the plate for the first time tonight on the other side.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/BeFast.
Where'd you get that shirt? Dude, I got it from the Portland Pickles. Portland Pickles? Where can I get that? I got mine online. Some people also get it at the merch tent at the games.
What kind of stuff do they sell there?
Dude, they got shirts, hats, hoodies, jerseys, socks, stickers.
That's sick. I'm gonna have to pick some up.
Hey, you definitely should.
Catch every new Portland Pickles and Wild Wild West League merch drop at pickleshop.com.
Pickles looking to get those 2 runs back here in the bottom of the first as Cam Clayton will lead it off here for Portland. Pickles coming into this one 19-14 overall, 4-5 so far here in the second half of the season, as Clayton will go up against Corey Sanchez out of San Jose State. The first offering from the southpaw, below the knees for a ball. Sanchez this season with a 6.81 ERA, still looking for his first win of the summer, 0-4 so far with 31 strikeouts. As Clayton gives this one a rip into left center, drifting over is Garrett Lake, who makes the catch for the first out. Justin DeCrisio will be coming up for the Pickles, followed by Matt Jew, who will be the designated hitter tonight. Ryan Gardino hitting in the cleanup spot. Leo Mosby, currently second in the West Coast League in batting average with .356, will be in the 5th spot. Evan Leibel, the catcher, hitting 6th. Carter Mondo, who just joined the Pickles last week, playing in center field, hitting 7th. Ivan Luna hitting 8th, and Gabe Scoro rounding out the lineup for the Pickles tonight. 0-1 to DeCrisio. That one also skied into center, this time right center, and actually drifting into right field as Luke Saunders hauls it in for out number 2. 2 quick outs here for the Pickles, and here comes Matt Jew.
Here is your designated hitter from the University of Santa Clara, number 30, Matt Jew.
And again, obviously the rest of these games, but specifically this 9-game West Coast League homestand is going to be big for the Pickles if they want to claim that final playoff spot in the South Division. Right now, the Corvallis Knights obviously took the first half title, as that one is outside 1-1. If the Knights also capture the best record in the South Division in the second half of the season as well, again, it goes to who has the best overall record. Not just second half of the season, overall record among the rest of the teams. And right now, that belongs to the Pickles. With a winning percentage of .576 coming into this one, the Ridgefield Raptors, who are behind them right now at .556. So again, the Pickles need to take care of business in front of their home fans over the next week and a half before they close out the regular season on the road. 2's home to Jew. The payoff home, and that'll be a souvenir. Jew hitting .286 so far this season, 14 RBIs, 28 hits, as that one is ripped up the middle for a base hit. And there's hit number 29. And for some reason, that continues to happen. Whenever I bring up a certain stat for a batter, they always add on. You laugh. One of our interns is laughing at me, but I can go back to several examples where that's happened. I mentioned where a guy is hitting, you know, he has 2 home runs on the season, and then maybe like a couple seconds later, he hits a 3rd home run. Here's Ryan Gardino. Two down, Jew on first. First pitch to Gardino, and he fouls that one off. Gardino with the second best batting average on the Pickles at .302. And when you look at the stats, Jake Morrow technically has the best record at .429, but again, he's only played 2 games so far for the Pickles. Off speed. Catches the outside, 0-2. Stays alive. Gardino with the second most RBIs on this Portland squad with 17. Sanchez, long look at first. Comes home. Gardino continuing to battle. Off the end of the bat into center field. And that one's going to drop. As Garrett Lake couldn't come down with it. And the Pickles looking for a 2-out rally here with 2 on.
From UC Santa Barbara, number 16, Leo Mosby.
And here comes one of the most dangerous hitters in the West Coast League in Leo Mosby. As I mentioned before, second in the West Coast League in batting average at .356. 29 ribbies for Leo Mosby, which leads the Pickles. I'd like to get number 30 here and cut this deficit in half. One and one. Spin around, throw to second, as Jew able to get back in time. And he might get RBI number 30. Takes the 1-1 up the middle. Here comes Jew around third. And the Pickles make it a 2-1 game. Now bring up Evan Leibel.
Number 3, Evan Leibel.
Able to lay off the one upstairs. 262 average for Evan Leibel. That one chopped foul. Lays off of that one, 2-2. Leibel sliced into left, and that's going to drop. That'll bring home another run. And the Pickles, just like that, tie it up at 2 off the RBI double off the bat of Evan Leibel.
Keep it going to your center fielder from Port Community College, number 23, Carter Monda.
2 Pickles in scoring position for Carter Monda. Again, making his Pickles debut last week. Over to second, Espinoza. And he is nailed at first. But the Pickles do get those 2 runs back. As you watch the play over at first, definitely a close play. But we go to the second, knotted up at 2.
Where'd you get that shirt? Dude, I got it from the Portland Pickles.
Portland Pickles. Where can I get that?
I got mine online. Some people also get it at the merch stand at the games.
What kind of stuff do they sell there?
Dude, they got shirts, hats, hoodies, jerseys, socks, stickers.
That's sick. I'm gonna have to pick some up.
Hey, you definitely should.
Catch every new Portland Pickles and Wild Wild West League merch drop at pickleshop.com.
$2 runs in the top of the first, and the Pickles answer with 2 of their own as we head to the top of the second. Number 2 has been the number in the last couple of seconds for sure. Port Angeles coming back to the plate. Carson Crawford will lead it off, the third baseman.
For the Lefties is the third baseman from the University of California, Berkeley. Number 33, Carson Crawford. Larry Legend.
Crawford hitting .216, 16 hits and 10 RBIs. As he will face Alex Giroux here. He'll lead off the second. That one upstairs for a ball, 1-0.
That's a good start. 1/3 of the way.
Crawford preparing to make his way down to Berkeley to play for the Golden Bears. Committed to Cal during his sophomore season at Cardinal Newman High School. 1-2.
All right, Walker Stadium, make some noise.
That one lifted foul.
Heads up.
One, two from Giroux. 2-2 into foul ground.
All right, Walker Stadium, let's make some noise. We got 2 strikes. $1 Pickles.
2-2 on repeat. Breaking ball called, strike 3 on the outer half.
For the next half inning, $1 Pickles on the party deck.
Second strikeout for Drew.
Get yourself a tasty treat. Batting for Port Angeles is center fielder for Western Oregon University, number 24.
To the bottom of the lefties order in Garrett Lake. Down below the knees for a ball. 158 average for Lake. Inside 2-0. Swings at the 3-0 foul. Off speed in there. 3-2 as Drew attempts to battle back from a 3-0. Payoff. Foul tipped. And Drew does just that. Fights back from a 3-0 count. 2 down.
Batting for the Lefties is the shortstop, number 12, Nick Oakley.
Now back to the top of the Port Angeles order with Nick Oakley, who flew out to center in his first AB. Just finished his freshman campaign at UC Santa Barbara, where he hit .273 with 1 RBI in the 2021 season. Off speed called a strike by Tim Heigl, who is calling balls and strikes tonight. Will Bennett out in the infield. Oh, and 2. Laser. Oh, 2 over to short. Clayton over to first in time for out number 3. To the bottom of the second. Lefties retired.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Great color vodka.
Time for our first look at other scores around the West Coast League tonight. In the top of the fourth, down in Bend, the Elks have a 2-1 lead over the Wenatchee Apple Sox. Also down south in Corvallis, the Knights with a 4-zip lead over Walla Walla, that one in the bottom of the fourth. And the Yakima Valley Pippins on top of the Cowlitz Black Bears, 5-1, that one in the bottom of the third. Ivan Luna will get things going here for the Pickles in the bottom half of the second. Coming into this series opener, hitting .208. 16 hits and 15 RBIs. First pitch, that one foul. That one inside for a ball 1-1. Probably not the hitting numbers that Luna envisioned for this summer, especially when you look at his numbers this past college season down at Fresno State, where he hit .310 with 3 home runs and 19 RBIs. 1-1. That one popped up into deep right. Backing up is Saunders. 1 down. Now bring up Gabe Scoro. And you could really say the same thing for Gabe Scoro. First pitch to him. That one burns the outer half from Corey Sanchez. Scoro was third on the Portland Pilots this past season, hitting .305, but this summer still looking to really get going. 194 up to this point. (1-1) to Mr. Pickle. Fouls it off, 1-2. Scoro bloops it. That one foul. Has to get out of the way of that one. High chopper over to third. Crawford across the diamond. That one in time for the second out. Here's Cam Clayton, who flew out to center in his first at bat. Of course, one of the many players playing in the West Coast League who are about to make their way to Pac-12 schools. Clayton, of course, another one of them. Will be making his way up I-5 to Seattle to play for the Washington Huskies in 2022. (1-1) to Clayton. Late on that one, 1-2. That one heading into the berm. Twos from Sanchez. Over to third. And Crawford can't come up with it. That extends the bottom of the second. And Justin DeCrisio will once again step into the box. Flew out to right last inning. Shows bunt. Perfectly laid down the third base line. He's going to let it roll foul, but off the bag, fair ball. Beautiful bunt there by Justin DeCrisio. So the Pickles once again will look for another two-out rally. As I'll bring up Matt Jew. Two on, two down for the Santa Clara Bronco. Jew blooped into right, and that will drop. Here comes Clayton around third. Play at the plate, not in time, as Cam Clayton scores, and the Pickles have their first lead off the night, off the RBI from Matt Jew.
Keep that energy high for your right fielder, number 45, Ryan Gardino.
A little deja vu. Another RBI with two outs early on in this one. Here's Ryan Gardino, who singled in his first at-bat. Goes chasing it one up high. Three and one. As Gardino hammers the 3-1. This one's got wings, and it will fly away. 3-run jack off the bat of Ryan Gardino. And the Pickles once again with another two-out rally. That makes it a 5-2 Portland lead. Gardino with his third bomb of the summer. 6-2 Pickles. This one in the deep right, going back. That one's also gone. Back-to-back jacks for the Pickles. This time, off the bat of Leo Mosby, the RBI leader for this Pickles squad. That one just kept drifting and drifting and just got over that short wall in deep right. Only 311 to the foul pole in right field. And Leo Mosby with another dinger this summer. We've definitely seen our share of those from him. Here's Evan Leibel. After scoring the first 2 runs in the top of the first, the Pickles respond by scoring 7 unanswered. And Leibel on with a walk. And we'll get a mound visit.
Leave him in. Leave him in. Leave him in. Leave him in. Leave him in.
So the bats have really come alive for the Pickles here in game 1 of this series. 5 runs here in the bottom of the second.
Here's your center fielder, number 23.
Now bring up Carter Monda. That one foul. One and one. Monda grounding out to second. In his first at bat. Once again over to second. And that will retire the side. But the Pickles, a 5 spot in the bottom of the second. 7-2 Portland as we head to the third.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Seven to 2 Pickles as we head to the top of the third here at Walker Stadium. And the Pickles offense has been on fire so far here in game one of this 3-game series. As I mentioned before, a 9-game West Coast League homestand for Portland here at Walker Stadium as they take on the Lefties first, and then they'll welcome in the Bend Elks for a 3-game set beginning on Friday night before they take on the Bellingham Bells next week. And then obviously Pickles fans are hoping there'll be at least one more game here at Lentz Park if the Pickles make the West Coast League playoffs. As Luke Saunders steps in. Flew out to left back in the first. Luna, the flip over to Giroux. One down.
Now batting number 16, Hani Espinosa.
First offering. That one called a strike. Javi Espinosa, the second baseman, doubled back in the first. Scored the first run of the game for the Lefties. Two and one. Espinosa gives this one a ride into right, but Gardino right there to make the catch. Two down for Coleman Schmidt. A single and a run scored so far for Schmidt. First pitch strike from Giroux. Good breaking ball there. On the ground over to short. Clayton up with it, and that will retire the side. Bottom three we go. Pickles looking to add to their 5-run lead.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
Ivan Luna will get things going here for the Pickles in the bottom of the third. That one high and tight for a ball. Luna with a fly out to right. And his first at bat. 2-0. That one fouled off. That one burns the outer half. As Luna continues to fight. Hammered but foul. Tenth pitch of the at-bat right here. And we'll do 11. And after that battle, Ivan Luna gets the free pass. And we'll get another mound visit, and it looks like we're going to get a new pitcher here for Port Angeles. New arm coming in for the Lefties.
We're here with Coach Jensen. Coach, boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah, I mean, it's contagious, man. When Gardino led off with the home run, Mosby followed up, and good things happen when you put the ball in play. So I'm very pumped up for those guys, and we just got to keep it going.
Do we have Giroux going out there tonight? Is that who's throwing?
Yeah, so that's Alex Giroux, and he's going to keep giving us a good outing and getting ground balls, getting outs, and putting up zeros.
Good to have you back, but it's also good to see the Pickles up to a 7-2 lead after 2 innings.
No, it's great. It's great to be back with the boys and get them fired up, and I love being back here, so let's get a W.
Let's send it back up to Ben Creighton. Ben, take it away.
All right, Kev, appreciate it. New pitcher out on the mound here for the Lefties with the Pickles up 7-2 here in the bottom of the third. And we're still trying to find info on the new pitcher for Port Angeles. And it's going to be Ryan White taking over. I was a little confused because his number wasn't in the lineup card that was given to us before the game, but able to figure it out. It'll be White taking over. As Gabe Scoro will step in. Can't give any stats on White because there's none listed here in the online site where you can get all the stats for all the West Coast League teams. So he'll step in here, step onto the bump, and face Gabe Scoro. The 0-1 shows bunt, pulls back. Two and one. Scoro into the gap in right center. That's going to drop. Will Ivan Luna get the wave? Nope, he's going to be held up at second. And Scoro able to get into second. I should say Luna gets held up at third. Two on with no one down. Cam Clayton steps in with two Pickles in scoring position, looking to add on to this lead. They scored 7 unanswered after Port Angeles took a 2-0 lead in the top half of the first.
Joe, we got a big birthday in the house. Aunt Sasmitha, up in section 206. Happy birthday. From the fan. Family.
That one burns the inner half, 1-2. Off the fist. And they decide just to go to first, but that will bring in another run for the Pickles. Eight to 2 Portland.
Now batting is your second baseman, number 11, Justin Aparicio.
Justin Aparicio laying down that beautiful bunt. Last inning.
Let's go Pickles! Let's go Pickles! Let's go Pickles! Let's go Pickles!
That one foul. Off the end of the bat, over to second. 2 down.
Now batting is your designated hitter, number 30, Matt Chu.
An RBI for Matt Chu. So far in this one. 2 for 2 so far in this one.
Smell something.
Two and two. Payoff pitch. And Ju gets on.
Now batting your right fielder, number 45, Ryan Gordino.
Ryan Gardino with a big fly, 3-run jack in his last plate appearance.
Inconceivable.
1-2. And we got a pickle. Score. And he will get tagged out at home.
Not all pickles in the way we want them to, right, folks?
8-2 Portland as we head to the fourth here at Walker Stadium.
Where'd you get that shirt?
Dude, I got it from the Portland Pickles.
Portland Pickles. Where can I get that?
I got mine online. Some people also get it at the merch tent at the games.
What kind of stuff do they sell there?
Dude, they got shirts, hats, hoodies, jerseys, socks, stickers.
That's sick. I'm gonna have to pick some up.
Hey, you definitely should. Catch every new Portland Pickles and Wild Wild West League merch drop at pickleshop.com.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Great color vodka.
Nine hits in the ballgame so far for Portland as they have an 8-2 lead over the Port Angeles Lefties. As Trevor Tischenkel is going to lead it off here for the Lefties. Again, game one of a three-game set. Game two tomorrow, also at 7:05. As always, Woof Wednesday here at the ballpark. Always bring your furry friends. And then on Thursday for the series finale, Kevin Day. Everyone named Kevin gets in for free. Tischenkel getting on via an error. That one popped up and foul. Right to Cam Clayton for the first out. I'll bring up Bryce Matthews. Bryce Matthews, currently at Washington State, has made many stops in his collegiate career so far. Started at Arkansas, where he played 3 games for the Razorbacks in the shortened 2020 season. .120 average for Matthews so far this summer. And to right to Ryan Gardino for the second out. Here's the catcher, Jack Holman. Holman, a future UCLA Bruin, as he pops that one foul. One of the top-ranked catchers in the entire state of California. And, of course, preparing to head to Westwood, where he will join a couple of current Pickles and Alonzo Treadwell and Nate Leibold down there with that program soon. One. Popped it up, wasn't happy with that one. And that will retire the side. To the bottom of the fourth, 6-run Pickles lead.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
So Ryan Gardino will step back into the box to lead off the bottom of the fourth. Pops the first pitch foul. One. That one in the air. That one caught by Saunders for the first out. So here's Leo Mosby. A solo home run into the corner in right field. Part of back-to-back home runs from Ryan Gardino and Leo Mosby. First pitch outside for a ball. Time for another look at scores around the West Coast League. The Bend Elks still on top of the Wenatchee Apple Sox, 5-1 in the top of the sixth. Corvallis still leading Walla Walla 4-2, that one in the bottom of the seventh. And the Yakima Valley Pippins on top of the Cowlitz Black Bears, 5-3 in the bottom of the fifth. That one again down the line, not as deep, and foul. Of course, in this series, we'll be watching a pair of previous West Coast League Players of the Week. We talked about it earlier with Nick Oakley getting the honor this past week, and Leo Mosby also winning the accolade a couple weeks ago when he had those two walk-offs in that series against the Cowlitz Black Bears. 2-2. And we'll do it again. Two-two comebacker, right at Wyke. Showing off the reflexes there. 2 down.
Now batting your catcher, number 3, Evan Arrival.
Here's Evan Leibel already with an RBI tonight. A long strike. Leibel up the middle. And able to track it down is Garrett Lake. We go to the fifth. 8-2.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Great color vodka.
Alex Giroux back on the hill for his fifth inning of work against Port Angeles here in the top of the fifth. 8-2 Pickles lead, and Giroux has been fantastic so far in this one. Only allowed 3 hits, no earned runs. Those 2 runs, both unearned. And 3 strikeouts so far as he faces Carson Crawford here to lead off the fifth. Crawford, foul. Carson Crawford, part of a 2021 Cal recruiting class that featured 8 in-state products. Definitely not uncommon when it comes to the recent classes we've seen out of Berkeley. 1-2. Into left, Scoro gets dirty and makes the snag. I'll bring up the Western Oregon Wolf and Garrett Lake. Bunts it over to Ivan Luna. Steps on the bag for the second out. Quick 2 outs as we head back to the top of the lefties order. And Nick Oakley. And a slow start offensively tonight for the reigning West Coast League Player of the Week. A flyout and a ground out so far. 0-1 as that one is fouled off toward the Port Angeles dugout. One from Giroux. Another bunt, this time down the third base line. That's going to be an infield single.
Good bunt, Nick. Nice tattoo.
Here's Luke Saunders. Saunders also 0 for 2 tonight, also with a flyout and a ground out. Hit and run with Oakley on the move, but that one fouled off. Two and one. Two and two.
Ross Campbell, party deck, please. Ross Campbell, party deck, right away. Keep that chicken going, 2 and 4. I love that.
Again foul, this time towards the Portland dugout. Twos from Giroux. Goes chasing at the high stuff. Another K for Giroux. Number 4 on the night as we head to the bottom half of the 5th. 6-run Pickles lead.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
Where'd you get that shirt?
Dude, I got it from the Portland Pickles.
Portland Pickles? Where can I get that?
I got mine online. Some people also get it at the merch stand at the games.
What kind of stuff do they sell there?
Dude, they got shirts, hats, hoodies, jerseys, socks, stickers.
That's sick. I'm gonna have to pick some up.
Hey, you definitely should. Catch every new Portland Pickles and Wild Wild West League merch drop at pickleshop.com.
Carter Monda, the leadoff man. 0 for 2 Monda so far with 2 ground outs to second. And the struggles, by the way, continue for this Port Angeles pitching staff. Second worst ERA in the West Coast League. That one into right for the first out.
And an uncle of famed 10-tipple defender Ross Campbell.
Coming into this one, the Lefties pitching staff had a combined ERA of 4.97. Ivan Luna with a flyout and a walk so far in this one. As the Fresno State Bulldog takes the first pitch strike. That one slicing into the alleyway in left center, and that's going to drop and bounce all the way to the wall. As Ivan Luna takes a hard turn around second, but retreats back to the bag. As Luna is in there with a double.
Number 12, from the University of Portland, Gabe Sparrow.
Here's Gabe Scoro. 1 for 2, a ground out and a double so far for the Portland Pilot. First pitch into center. Garrett Lake backing up as Luna is going to tag up from second. And he'll get in there.
Walker Stadium, we got our interns going around selling those launch a ball.
Back to the top of the Pickles order and Cam Clayton.
$2 for one, $5 for three. Now batting your shortstop coming up, number 46.
A fly out, reached on an air and a ground out, but got an RBI on that ground out. First pitch. Drifting over and making the grab is Luke Saunders. Had to cover a lot of real estate to haul that one in. A quick fifth inning as we go to the sixth, still an 8-2 Pickles lead.
Well, Jeremiah just mentioned it. You want
B-E-F-A-S-T. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym Be Fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/BeFast.
Alex Drew still out there on the bump, heading into the sixth inning. As he will face Javi Espinoza, who has a double and a flyout so far in this one. Drew, of course, preparing to make his way down to San Diego after starting his collegiate career playing for Lindsey Meggs and the Washington Huskies, and then after that, heading down to Clark Community College. Second straight summer that he's been a key part of this Pickles pitching staff as that one is fouled off. And before that, came off a terrific career down at Lake Oswego for the Lakers, as this one is grounded over to first. Ivan Luna will take it himself for the first out. Down there at LO was the Three Rivers League Pitcher of the Year back in 2017. Strong showing tonight by the righty, as he will go up against Coleman Schmidt here in the sixth. A single and a ground out so far for the first baseman. And didn't go around according to Will Bennett. One-0, off speed, right in the zone, 1-1. This one driven deep into left. Scoro going back to the track, to the wall, and that is going to be off the wall. And Schmidt's in there with a stand-up two-bagger. There's Trevor Tischenkel. Reach base on an air and a pop-up. Out at second, and they turn the double play. As DeCrisio maybe only had to move one step to his left to make that grab and then just fire it over to the bag. Bottom six we go. And that might be done. That might be it, I should say, for Alex Giroux.
Where'd you get that shirt?
Dude, I got it from the Portland Pickles.
Portland Pickles? Where can I get that?
I got mine online. Some people also get it at the merch stand at the games.
What kind of stuff do they sell there?
Dude, they got shirts, hats, hoodies, jerseys, socks, stickers.
That's sick. I'm gonna have to pick some up.
Hey, you definitely should.
Catch every new Portland Pickles and Wild Wild West League merch drop at pickleshop.com.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break of vodka.
Justin DeCrisio will get things going here for Portland in the bottom of the sixth.
Leading out for the bench is your second baseman, number 11, Justin DeCrisio.
And after putting up 8 runs in the first 3 innings, a pair of goose eggs here for the Pickles over the last 2. Mauricio, a ground out, a fly out, and an infield single off that bunt. One and one. That'll be a souvenir. Goes chasing. That one below the knees.
Here is your designated hitter. Number 30, make some noise for Matt Jew.
Matt Jew, 2 for 2. First pitch inside for a ball, looking to continue his strong offensive night. One and two. Just misses on the outside. And he goes down swinging. Two down for Ryan Gardino.
It's your right fielder. Number 45, Ryan Gardino.
Three-run blast, a single, and a flyout with 2 runs scored tonight for Gardino. The 2-1. Just misses outside the zone. Gardino with a hammer down the line, but foul. Payoff coming to Gardino. High chopper up the middle. And that's going to get into center field. Gardino with a strong night at the dish.
Here's your third baseman. Number 16, Leo
And you want to talk about strong nights tonight. Here's another guy who's having a good performance in this one. First pitch inside for a ball. Like I said, another guy having a strong night at the plate. Leo Mosby with another single. And we'll get a mound visit here for the lefties. As I mentioned before, final few weeks of the regular season in the West Coast League. Of course, crucial games for the Portland Pickles, who look to secure that final playoff spot in the South Division. The Corvallis Knights already took the first half and right now have the lead in the second half standings, sitting at 7-2. The Cowlitz Black Bears behind them at 6-3. The Ridgefield Raptors at 7-5. And the Portland Pickles sitting at 4-5, tied with the Bend Elks in the second half of the South Division standings. But again, if the Corvallis Knights win the division again in the second half, it then goes to overall, not just the second half of the season, overall winning percentage. And right now, that belongs to the Pickles, as they have slightly a better winning percentage over the Ridgefield Raptors. So they got to take care of business here in front of their home fans during this 9-game homestand for Portland before they close out the season with a pair of series on the road. Evan Leibel steps in with a pair of Pickles on base with 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. And meanwhile, for the Port Angeles Lefties, right now they're sitting in last place in the North Division in the second half standings at 3-6. As that one gets by Holman. And now 2 Pickles in scoring position. And the Lefties overall in last place in the North Division at 10-23. And that one hit Gardino in the back. What
you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I've ever heard.
Two's home. And Leibel. That one foul tipped into the glove. Another 0 on the board for the Pickles, but they have an 8-2 lead heading to the 7th.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break of vodka.
you get that shirt?
Dude, I got it from the Portland Pickles.
Portland Pickles? Where can I get that?
I got mine online. Some people also get it at the merch stand at the games.
What kind of stuff do they sell there?
Dude, they got shirts, hats, hoodies, jerseys, socks, stickers.
That's sick. I'm gonna have to pick some up.
Hey, you definitely should.
Catch every new Portland Pickles and Wild Wild West League merch drop at pickleshop.com.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
A solid night on the bump for Alex Giroux, not allowing a single earned run through 6 innings of work. Jared Villalobos will take over for the Pickles here in the 7th as he will face Bryce Matthews. Single and a flyout in this one. Villalobos, one of the most reliable arms out of the Pickles bullpen this summer, coming in with a 1.63 ERA in 22 innings pitched with 28 strikeouts, which is 3rd on the team. Off speed, misses outside. Fooled him there with the off speed, 1 down. And watch how much this breaks. And we've seen it this entire season. That just falls off the table. Definitely has an impressive off speed and breaking ball. That one high and tight. Two-0. That one skied into left. Scoro running in, makes the grab for the 2nd out. Also in pursuit there, Jacob Jablonski, who takes over at short. And you know what they say, red sky at night, sailor's delight. You can't beat that kind of picture when you're sitting in a ballpark like this overlooking the field and you see that beyond the trees in the outfield. You can't argue with this. A beautiful night here in the Rose City. Now an outside for a ball to Jack Holman. Into center. Monda. And lost it in the lights or the sky as that one's going to drop. Throw to second. Not in time as Holman slides in. Now bring up the 3rd baseman, Carson Crawford. Backwards K and a line out for Crawford tonight.
Now batting for Western Oregon, number 24, Garrett Lee.
Oh, and 2. Oh, 2 to Crawford. Off speed. As Crawford stays alive. Swing and a miss. Stretch time here at Walker Stadium with the Pickles up 8-2.
Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast.
Somebody's going to go for the big one. Go for the furthest one. Try not to hit any of the players.
Which one is the date with me?
Yeah! That's what Pickle Orange one next to this guy right here. I think somebody just won a date with Joe Simon.
You're right.
Oh, yeah. Person won or me?
All right, well, we're all standing, so let's go ahead
There
and
we
sing
go.
some Take Me Out to the Ball Game. You ready, folks?
On your feet, Walker Stadium, the tradition that we all love. This song. Take me out to the ball game, out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and crackers. Never get back. Way to go, Walker Stadium. Those are the maniacs are here. Let's make some noise, Walker Stadium. What a game tonight. What a beautiful night. It's going to be 147 degrees on Friday, so enjoy it. We love you. We're glad you're here now.
New pitcher for the Lefties, number 34, Brock Rolstad.
What is he elected? Shout out to intern Alyssa on the cameras.
Always a fun time out on the berms here at Walker Stadium. Of course, a lot of chances over the next week and a half, I should say. Brock Rolstad taking over on the bump for the Lefties. First pitch, skied into right field, tough play. And that one's going to drop in front of Saunders, I should say. And that throw gets away. Monda's going to move up to third.
Just like we drew it up.
Official attendance here tonight at Walker Stadium, 2,397. Give yourselves a hand.
So the leadoff man goes all the way to third. As the Pickles look to continue to add on to their lead. They've scored 8 unanswered runs after the Lefties put up a 2 spot in the top half of the first. Here's Ivan Luna with a fly out, a walk, and a double.
Let's go Pickles. Let's go Pickles.
The 1-0, Luna takes one above the letters.
Let's go Pickles. Let's go Pickles. Let's go Pickles.
Luna rips the 2-0 into right. Right into the glove of Saunders. Play at the plate and a collision at home between Carter Monda and Jack Holman. And you see the Port Angeles dugout immediately. All the players run out onto the field. And you see the umpires trying to separate the two clubs. As Monda comes in and just trucks Holman. And now some jawing. It looks like the bullpens are going to come in here. A little bit of jawing between the two coaching staffs here, between the Lefties and the Pickles. As things start to get a little testy here in the bottom of the 7th. So everything now under control as you watch this again. You see the collision right there. Monda just trucks Jack Holman. And now we'll get a discussion between Tim Heigl and Will Bennett as you watch this again. Trying to figure out what exactly Tim Heigl is telling Mags here. But everything has now settled down. So it's going to be a sac fly for Ivan Luna. So now back to action. Here's Gabe Scoro with a 9-2 Pickles lead. First pitch to Scoro down low. Scoro tonight 1 for 3. Ground out and a fly out and a double. That one heading to the parking lot. Upstairs, 3-1. And a 5-pitch walk. And here's Jacob Jablonski, who will take his first hacks of the night.
Now batting number 6, Jacob Jablonski.
Throw down to first. And now we're going to get a mound visit. Jablonski this summer hitting .216 with 16 hits and 15 RBIs.
Danielle won a dugout suite at a Wild West League game. Everyone who participated head on
Again, we'll be right back here at Walker Stadium tomorrow night for Game 2, 7:05 first pitch once again. And the same thing on Thursday for the series finale. The Pickles, after winning 5 straight West Coast League series, have dropped their last 2. So looking to bounce back and take the series this weekend. The first of 3 here at Walker Stadium over the next week and a half. 1-0 to Jablonski, fouls that one off. And again, in a playoff race like this, you got to take care of business at home, and the Pickles have plenty of opportunities to do that before concluding the season down in Bend against the Elks, and then they'll finish out the regular season going up to Port Angeles against the Lefties. As Jablonski fights it off. Throw over to first. Jablonski again fouls it off. Jablonski currently at Chico State after spending 2 years all the way in Jonesboro, Arkansas, playing for the Arkansas State Red Wolves. Very reliable at that middle infielder spot. We've seen it at Chico State and also out in the natural state as well.
It was a cool task, man.
2-2 with one down. And that'll be ball 4. And now to the Oregon State Beaver and Kyle Dernetti, who will step into the box for the first time tonight. Two on with one down. As he takes a first pitch strike. Of course, Kyle Dernetti, one of the many Oregon State Beavers, both present and future, that you'll see playing in the West Coast League. Took a big hack there, 0-2. Hit .250 with 4 hits and 2 RBIs this past season for Mitch Canham's squad down at Goss Stadium. 0-2. And late on that one, as Rolstad blows it by him. And now we have Connor Henricks.
Now batting into the mix, number 13, Connor Henricks.
Another Santa Clara Bronco. Getting his hacks tonight for the Pickles as he lines the first pitch foul. Henricks with a solid summer here at Walker Stadium, .256 average. 6 RBIs with 10 hits. Has been a constant presence offensively for the Santa Clara Broncos since he arrived on campus. Goes chasing upstairs. Oh, 2 on. And rings him up. To the 8th. A lot of work to do for this Port Angeles offense, trailing by 7.
B-E-F-A-S-T. Do you know the signs of stroke? Remember the acronym, be fast. B is for balance if you can't stand. E is for eyes if things are blurry. And F is for face if you got a little sag. And A is for arm if it starts to drag. S is for speech if you slur what you say. Call 911 and call right away. T is for time and the time is now. Be fast. B-E-F-A-S-T. Sing along at ohsu.edu/befast.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Another new arm out of the Pickles bullpen. Scott Wright takes over here in the top of the 8th.
New pitcher for the Pickles, number 9, Scott Wright.
Making his 9th appearance of the season, 14 1/3 innings pitched, a 3.14 ERA. Coming off a solid season at Butler, and another one of those stories that you hear throughout the West Coast League of players really battling back from adversity. Had suffered from some injuries early on in his college career, and especially in his late high school career, as he will face Nick Oakley here. Infield single for the defending West Coast League Player of the Week, also with a flyout and a groundout. 0-1 from Wright, fouled off, 0-2. Again, if you're just tuning in, Port Angeles scored 2 runs in the top of the first, both unearned. But since then, offensively, it has been all Pickles with 9 unanswered. High chopper, right to right. 1 down. And we'll get a pinch hitter here for the Lefties and Zach Thomas. Again, Lefties looking for any sort of offense here. Looking for a jolt off the bench, and they hope Zach Thomas can maybe get things going here in the top of the 8th. And going back to that story for Scott Wright, suffered a partially torn ligament a couple months into his junior year of high school, and Beaverton, as that one is into left field, and Scoro able to run in and track it down for the second out. Javi Espinoza steps in. And that injury for Scott Wright over at Sunset High School really prevented him from pitching his final 2 years of high school. Obviously, the recruiting trail really cooled off since he couldn't pitch. Eventually landed at Butler and had to try out, then was allowed to practice with the team and was put in high-pressure situations during their Fall World Series and performed really well. You like to hear those bounce-back stories, and especially when you see this past college season, he posted a 2.38 ERA for the Bulldogs. 1-1. 1-1 to Espinoza. That one fouled off. 2-2. That one just misses outside, according to Tim Heigl. the payoff. Breaking ball. Foul tip. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom 8 we go. A 7-run Pickles lead.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break of vodka.
Carter Booth will step in to lead it off here for the Pickles, his first AB of the night. As he takes a ball 1-0. As we have our first final of the night in the West Coast League, the Corvallis Knights beating the Walla Walla Sweets 6-3. And elsewhere, the Bend Elks have blown it open 10-2 over Wenatchee in the bottom of the ninth. And it is 10-7 in the bottom of the eighth with Yakima Valley leading the Cowlitz Black Bears.
I want to wish a happy 96th birthday to Wayne Anderson. How about a half hour, folks? Celebrate here with the Walker Stadium. Attaboy, Wayne.
2-1 to Booth. Outside, 3-2. Booth once ranked the number 2 rated outfielder in the state of Washington, growing up at Snohomish. As he draws, nope, called strike 3. Thought he had a free pass. Tim Heigl rings him up. One down for the Pickles. And Mag starting to empty his dugout a little bit as now Noah Guyette will step into the box for the first time tonight. 1-2 to Guyette. 205 average this summer. Got him with the breaking ball. 2 down.
Now that is your catcher, number 3, Ellen Lila.
An RBI tonight for Leibel. Outside of that, a walk, a line out, and a strikeout. And he can add a ground out to that as well. Last chance for Port Angeles, trailing by 7 as we head to the top of the 9th here at Walker Stadium.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break a vodka.
At Adventist Health Portland, we're partnering with OHSU to give our patients access to more specialists and more advanced care in more places than ever. Together, we can do so much more.
What makes Wickles Pickles so sinfully satisfying? We source only the finest ingredients, including a custom blend of spices that's been a family secret for over 90 years. So when you're ready to get wicked, pick up a jar of defiantly wholesome Wickles. Wickedly delicious.
Iceland and Portland both love vodka and flexing their weird muscles. I said weird muscles, not beard muscles. Down, boys. There we go. Good beard.
Break a vodka.
Derek Dries coming in to close the door here in the top of the 9th, with the Pickles up 9-2 as he will face Coleman Schmidt to lead things off. First pitch strike. Schmidt tonight with a single and a 2-bagger. Solid night at the dish. Recap this one. The Pickles bats were hot, and they were hot early, scoring 8 of their 9 runs in the first 3 innings after Port Angeles got up 2-0 in the top of the first. One from Dries. 3.17 ERA this season for Dries. 22 strikeouts, making his 10th appearance of the summer. The 1-2. Chopper over to second. 1 down. Here's Trevor Tischenkel. Reached on an air, a pop out, and a lined out.
I hate this. I'm sure.
Two and 0. Three and 0.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I've ever heard.
And Tischenkel draws the walk. Bryce Matthews with an RBI in this one. Outside of that, a flyout and a strikeout. On the ground, foul. Matthews fouls it off again, 0-2. Oh-2 on the way. Throw down to second, not in time. But two down. As Derek Drees gets that K. Last chance for Port Angeles. Double for Jack Coleman, his last at bat. First pitch popped up into right. Carter Booth makes the squeeze, and that will do it. As the Pickles take game one of this three-game series 9-2, scoring 9 unanswered runs against the Port Angeles Lefties, as Portland is one win away from taking the series, bouncing back after dropping 2 straight West Coast League series. Again, game 2 tomorrow night. Once again, 7:05 first pitch here from Walker Stadium, right here on the YouTube page or the Facebook Live. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you back here tomorrow night for more Portland Pickles baseball.